The SACP has condemned ANC chairperson Gwede Mantashe's comments. They say Mantashe launched baseless accusations when he said the Communist Party was opposing the GNU for ulterior motives. And I'm joined now by Madala Masuku, the SACP's first deputy general secretary. Good to have you, Masuku, and thank you very much for your time. One would say, is it now not water under the bridge? It happened during the 113th birthday mobilization. You've moved on past there. You are gathered today for the next 3 days with the Lekhuta. You'll be making contributions there. It's really water under the bridge. Why make a statement about it now? Please unmute for us.
Good afternoon, Thabo, and thanks to yourself and the viewers. It's not too late because it's a recurring thing in as far as we're concerned. And the fact that also we, as we have indicated in the statement, that this matter came at a time when all of us were holding ourselves, allowing the ANC to celebrate its 130th birthday without distorting its message. And it also came after a well-measured, but honest and scathing critique of the party position both on both the GNU and contesting election by the president of the ANC at the George Logo commemoration. And we were mulling over what is the meaning of this, because the approach of the president was so much helpful, was critical, and but she was inviting in relation to what we want to do, but it wasn't distorting facts.
Now, the question, of course, of the DA having more ministers in cabinet, more than the alliance partner, was raised by the SACP itself. Could that have been read by others, maybe including the chairperson, as the SACP say, well, if we were given more posts, we're more represented there, the GNU would have been a bit more palatable?
No, Thabo, all these things are actually coming out of orchestrated distortions. You remember that the first distortion that we have was that Mapaile wasn't representing the SACP, and he was representing his own position. And the next one was that he wanted to take the ANC to the MK, and another one again, and it was generated that he is about to move to the MK. And then now in January here is Gwede Mantashe attacking us and raising an issue that we had some ulterior motives, and we want to know what these ulterior motives are all about, and also the XYZ that he says that we have presented to approve as a means of approval for them to be in the GNU. We think that is disingenuous, and it's not correct. Even the issue around the ministers, when the GS at the Special National Congress made reference to one minister, he was raising an issue on a basis of a question that was asked on him, that why do you why are you complaining? Because there are so many members of the party who are in the cabinet. And you are saying, no, but we have got one. And in any case, it's one out of an alley that has been fighting together with the ANC to achieve even that 40%. And all of a sudden, in that 40%, only one is actually allocated, and he actually expressed it as a sign of an abuse. But in our case, the issues of ministers is neither here or there. It's more about the posture, the class posture of the DA and ourselves and the National Democratic Revolution.
The SG, I'm sure you would have heard him there using words like constrained, words like the ANC has been undermined, saying the power to advance has been weakened, saying this is as part of a result of the decline in the electoral outcomes, the failure with which the SACP says you share responsibility in that electoral decline. Why is it so then difficult for you to accept the status of a political system that is called the Government of National Unity?
No, indeed, we did say that this is our collective failure, and even today, when our representatives were in the extended NEC, which they call Khutla, has presented this, and in our presentation of what is to be done, we have acknowledged that indeed it was a collective fault. But our view is that we are saying there was a better way of actually handling these tensions. So these constraints are self-inflicted because you knew that the party that we are taking as a major player, which is the DA, is totally 100% in contrary with the outcomes that we want to have. And there are other parties, of course, that would have helped you because they would not have necessarily have a counter. They would have had a position to the direction in which you want to go. Well, behavior would have been different, but when you talk expropriation, you would have agreed on expropriation. When you talk bill, you would have agreed on the bill. The implementation of the NHI, you would have just agreed on that. And now we just force ourselves into constraints with the DA being a major player in there, and it doesn't play. And we kept on saying, we're going to have a problem with this arrangement. And they said, no, relax. We are going to be able to implement the manifesto of our collective manifesto. We're not going to be defeated by the DA.
So do you think this current impasse around the expropriation bill, the declared dispute, the revoking of Section 19 of the GNU Statement of Intent could allow the ANC the opportunity now, even though, of course, the Secretary General says we are not saying go away, but to rectify what you call the rightward shift in the composition of the cabinet?
Well, what we could say is that this is one of those things that the ANC will have to go through the hurdles. And it's something that we have explained, that each and every action that will be taken, for as long as not in the interest of the people, is in the interest of the people, you must know that we'll have a counter because you have a party in your GNU that is representing not the interests of the working class and the poor and the professionals and the middle strata in the society. You have got a class that's hell-bent on, we have got a party that is hell-bent on representing the interests of those who want to make major profit at the expense of the people of South Africa.
You're saying further steps needs to be taken individually now on the chairperson of the ANC so that this behavior, which you call, does not continue. What kind of further steps are you inferring to?
The ANC will have to ring these leaders who believe who believe that the movement, who thrives in the movement in divisions and hate anything towards consensus in the movement. They even often position themselves as super leaders wherever they are, whether in the liberation movement, in the communist circles, in the trade union, or the civic organization, or even in religious bodies. And we're actually calling on everyone, even beyond the ANC, who have got an interest in the country, to undermine such leaders and focus on what unites us and the common purpose of what our struggle is all about, which in this case is the National Democratic Revolution.
Madala Masuku, appreciate your time. The SACP's first Deputy General Secretary. More news in a moment.